Influencer marketing in 2026 can generate millions of dollars in revenue for almost any business. Yet, most companies will never see a dollar of that because they're running influencer marketing like it's still 2019. They'll sign up for some massive creator database, blast out 100 cold emails, get 2 or 3 replies, pay whatever rate they're quoted, run the campaign, and then hope something sticks. It almost never does. So they decide, hey, influencer marketing does not work for our brand, and they go back to pouring money into meta ads that are getting more expensive every single quarter. But here's the reality. Influencer marketing didn't fail. Their model did. I used to run a company backed by Snapchat that grew entirely through influencer marketing, and before that, I ran product for Beyonce. I've seen influencer programs burn money to the ground, and I've also seen ones that quietly have brought in millions of dollars in revenue. The difference is in budget, or brand size, or even the creators you pick. It's the system behind how you run influencer marketing. So in this video, I'm going to break down the model that the best growth teams are using in 2026 and why it works so much better than the old way. But first, we have to start off with a major problem, and that's the fact that the data and outreach model is broken. So why is the old database and outreach model structurally broken? See, the database model feels logical on the surface. You pay for a platform, you get access to millions of creators, you can then filter by niche and follower count and start reaching out. It's clean, it's simple, it's scalable. Except it doesn't work like that. And here's the actual reason why. A lot of these databases are static snapshots. The creator economy is extremely dynamic. So you know the creator who's dominating their niche right now, the one whose last 5 videos did 400,000 views in the last 2 weeks, they're almost certainly not in any database yet. And you know, they don't need to be. They're winning without it. Plus, the creators who are in databases are largely there because they're hunting for work. They've signed up, they've listed their rates, they made themselves easy to find. Feels logical on the surface. When your entire sourcing strategy is based on it, you're fishing in a pond full of people who need to be in that pond. Also, this is a game of alpha and data decays fast. The creator who was super hot 12 months ago and made it into a database might actually be in a steep decline today. These databases are not indexing in real time. They don't update in real time. The platforms themselves do though. Now layer cold outreach on top of this already flawed foundation. Instagram DMs have scale restrictions, TikTok DMs barely function for business outreach. Email works, but only if you have the right infrastructure, and the truth is that most companies don't. But the deeper problem with cold outreach isn't the channel, it's the volume. So most companies will reach out to 20 to 30 creators, get 5 responses, pick 2, and call it a campaign. That's not enough volume to learn anything at all. You cannot build leverage negotiating with just 2 creators. You cannot identify winners from a sample size of 2. And then there's the follower count trap. You know, sorting creators by followers and then just working down the list. Follower count in 2026 means almost nothing. A creator with 50,000 followers averaging 200,000 views per video will always outperform a creator with 500,000 followers averaging 30,000 views every single time. But the databases sort by followers because that's the number that looks impressive. So companies keep picking the wrong creators and keep getting terrible results. This is why the model is structurally broken. It's not that companies are executing it badly, it's that the entire architecture, static databases, low volume outreach, follower first selection, these things were never built for how the creator economy actually works. So if you can't rely on databases and you can't rely on follower count, how do the best growth teams actually find the right creators? The answer is simpler than you might think, and it's been sitting in front of everyone this entire time. How modern teams reverse engineer platforms instead of searching for them. See, the biggest mistake companies make in creator discovery is going to a third party to find information that the platforms already give away for free. Literally every major platform, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, they have an amazing recommendation algorithm, and that algorithm's entire job is to surface the creators who are winning right now. Not 2 years ago, not the ones with the biggest follower accounts, the ones whose content is performing today. When you go directly to each platform, you can feed it signals by searching for terms your ideal customer would search for, watching the content that comes up, clicking into channels that the algorithm recommends for you. And when you're doing this, you're essentially searching a live database that updates in real time. That's an unfair advantage over every competitor you have that's still paying for a static tool. So here's what this actually looks like in practice. You go to YouTube and you search a term your ICP would actually type. Go ahead and look at what comes up. Click into the channels getting the most consistent views. Check out their last 15 to 30 videos, not their top performers, their most recent ones, and let the algorithm show you what it's currently rewarding. Then you want to look at the recommended channel section on the side. This is the algorithm literally handing you a list of creators it considers both peers and competitors in the space. This is your sourcing list. This is where it starts. You simply rinse and repeat for each platform. Each platform's algorithm is a live signal of who's winning in your niche right now. You just have to know how to read it. Now, this approach is harder than buying a pre-built list since it takes more time up front, but that's exactly why it works. Because your competitors aren't doing it. The best creators in any niche aren't waiting to be discovered in a database, they're winning on the platform. Go and find them there. The result is a sourcing list that's current, relevant, and full of creators with actual momentum, not creators who are hot in 2023. not creators who signed up to a platform because they needed brand deals. Creators the algorithm is actively pushing right now. Okay, so now you have a real sourcing list. Creators with actual momentum pulled directly from the platforms. But having the right list is only half the question. Because at this point, most companies make their second major mistake. They think more creators automatically means better results, which is why we have to discuss why creator quality beats creator quantity more than ever. Let's talk about creator quality versus creator quantity. There's a version of influencer marketing that's purely a numbers game. Email 1,000 creators, work with 50 of them, cast the widest net possible and let volume do the work. And volume does matter, especially at the top of the funnel when you're still learning, but volume without quality is just expensive noise. The reason quality matters more than ever in 2026 comes down to trust. Trust is the actual currency of the creator economy right now. When a creator recommends your product to their audience, they're spending a piece of the trust they've built over the years making consistent content. If the creator doesn't genuinely fit your product, if the integration feels forced, or if the audience can smell the sponsorship from a mile away, that trust does not transfer. So how do you actually evaluate quality? It starts with CPM, cost per 1,000 views, based on their recent performance, not their follower count. So take the creator's fee, divide it by their median recent views, and then multiply by 1,000. That gives you the CPM. So for example, a creator charging $2,000 with 400,000 median views is a $5 CPM. A creator charging $500 with 20,000 median views is a $25 CPM. The more expensive creator is actually 5x cheaper per 1,000 impressions. Most companies never run this calculation. They just pay the quoted rate and wonder why results are inconsistent. Then there's outlier rate. How often does this creator spike with a hit? You're not just buying their median performance, you're buying a lottery ticket on their ceiling. So a creator who consistently hits 2 to 3x their median views on their best content is worth significantly more than their baseline suggests. Trajectory matters a lot too. Is this creator growing or declining? So a creator with 100,000 followers whose last 10 videos are trending upwards is a way better bet than a creator with 500,000 followers whose views have been quietly shrinking for 6 months. The algorithm rewards momentum. You want to be aligned with creators the platform is currently pushing. And then there's the vibe check, the part that no spreadsheet can do for you. You actually have to watch each creator's content. Does your product feel native to what they make, or would an integration feel forced? Would their audience trust a recommendation from them in your category? This is the part where human judgment still wins over any AI tool. Data narrows the list, but taste always makes the final call. So now you know how to find the right creators and how to pick the right ones. Yet ironically, even the businesses that do both these things right still leave most of the value on the table. And it all comes down to one fundamental misunderstanding about what influencer marketing actually is: the operational shift from campaigns to systems. So it's time to shift from campaign thinking to systems thinking. Most companies treat influencer marketing like a campaign. They pick some creators, they run the post, they check the numbers, they feel underwhelmed, and then they move on. Then 6 months later, they try again with a slightly different set of creators and get slightly different underwhelming results. On the other hand, the companies turning influencer marketing into their best growth channel treat it as a system. And the difference between a campaign and a system is compounding. Campaigns end, systems get better over time. So let's break down what this looks like. You start with a cohort of maybe 10 to 20 creators, and most of them won't hit. That's expected, but it's fine. You're not looking for every creator to perform. You're hunting for the 1 or 2 winners that you can build on. That's the whole point of the first cohort. When you find those winners, and you will, don't treat them like a one-off transaction. Lock them in. Longer-term deals, ongoing relationships, exclusive arrangements if possible. Because if a creator is driving real results for your product, they'll probably drive real results for your competitor's product too. The companies that move fast on locking in winning creators build the moat. The companies that don't, hand the moat to someone else. Then you take the content that performed and you amplify it. Set aside 10 to 20% of your budget specifically for paid amplification. When a creator video performs organically, put money behind it. Run it as an ad on TikTok, on Meta, on YouTube. You've already proven that the content works with real audiences, now scale it. Creator content running as paid ads is outperforming traditional ad creative right now because it doesn't feel like an ad, it feels like a recommendation. Apply what you learned from cohort 1 to cohort 2. Your hit rate improves. You know more about what resonates with your audience. You know which content formats are working. And you know which creator profiles tend to convert. Each cycle makes the next one smarter. This is the flywheel. Test, find winners, amplify, lock in, and repeat. And it compounds in a way that paid ads never will. Because paid ads get more expensive every year, while this channel gets cheaper and more effective the longer you do it. And yes, attribution won't be perfect, but that's okay. Track what you can. Unique links, UTM parameters, conversion data from every creator. But accept that a lot of the value is going to be indirect. Someone watches a creator video, doesn't click, Googles you 3 days later and converts. That's the real value you generated. Getting close enough to make confident decisions is the goal. Perfect attribution is a myth in this channel. The companies that figure this out aren't just running better influencer campaigns. They're building a distribution channel their competitors can't easily copy. Real trust with audiences, content that compounds, and a growth channel that gets stronger every quarter. There's something you already know, but probably aren't applying to your influencer marketing. No first attempt at anything is ever the best version. Not your first product, not your first hire, and not even your first ad campaign. Yet somehow, when it comes to influencer marketing, people usually judge the entire thing by the first post. Remember, the first creator video is just a data point. Take what resonated, bring it back to the creator, make adjustments based on what worked. And the truth is, between everything we discussed today, you have everything you need to run this yourself. But if you want to skip straight to a short list of pre-vetted, pre-negotiated creators who are already winning your category right now, that's what Kiko's creator sourcing does, link in description. And if you want to keep turning influencer marketing into one of the strongest revenue channels your business has ever built, hit subscribe. We're just getting started.